Hello everyone, Blue Star Saber here once again to do another Star Wars Andor review. I'm finally doing Star Wars and covering episode 12 of Star Wars Andor after a very long absence. See, to be fair, this is an extremely late review. I meant to do this review so long ago, but I just kept being busy or distracted or forgetting. And I figured I have enough time before the second season is here. Well, the second season's about to be here, I think, about next week. So basically, it's either now do this review now or be super late for the season 2 reviews. But so I've decided, you know what, do the review now. We watched the episode, and here I am. Let's see. So just a quick recap. Let's see. The last episode, had Andor escaping from the prison. Let's see, trying to get off the planet, if you will. Let's see, befriending some guy who will join the rebellion later. Let's see, and then learning that his mother is dead. Meanwhile, you've got Mom Mothma telling her cousin how she's going to have to arrange for a marriage between her daughter and some sort of, financial slime ball, if you will, but slime ball's son, which she's against. But it seems like her Mom Mothma's daughter is more enthusiastic for their planet's more problematic traditions in defiance of her mother, if you will. And let's see, I believe also you have everyone's sort of arranging for informed of Andor's mother's death, of Imperials preparing for it to try and capture Andor, while Rafal, hold on, let me just check the name. Lionel Musk's Luther Rail, or Axis, if you will, is getting his his agents to try and assassinate Andor, even go himself. And I believe you even got the obsessive, I believe, not Linus, the duo of Cyril Khan and Linus Musk pursuing Andor to try and get their good graces back with the Empire, if you will. So all kinds of Andor, finally escaping the prison, or at least getting off the planet of the prison, learning his mother's death, and everyone responding to his mother's death and preparing for the funeral. Oh, and I guess Saw Gerrera has just been learned that Luther Rail has sacrificed 50 separatist rebels, in order to keep a spy within the IBS. So but decides that it's, the cost of war. So all that kind of stuff. So that was basically the summary of the last episode, which I will admit I've not watched in a while, so I might be a bit vague on the details. But anyway, let's see. I just had to look at quick Wikipedia, but yeah, time for the actual episode itself, which I have watched. So it begins with Wilmon Pack, the son of Salmon Pack, who was killed by Empire while the occupation of Ferrix, who was preparing a bomb, while you've got IBS supervisor Dida Ramiro landing on the planet ready to try and for Andor with a bunch of Death Troopers. Let's see. And you have Bix Kalen being still in her cell, seemingly broken. Let's see. She's greeted by a captain called Vangus Tigo, who says that dinner is ready and that but she just wants to check around the premises with a small guard, while Zarwan, one of the Andor's friends, informs Brasa, who is Andor's best friend, that Cassian Andor has returned to Ferrix to attend his mother's funeral, Martha. Let's see. So they try to make sure this is kept on the low end, but I believe that Nuichi, the guy that Andor owes money to, has been listening in and wants to get some dirt. And we've got Blaze Hopper here which I'm saying hello, saying hi. So hi. In case you're wondering, I'm summarizing and reviewing the 12th episode of Andor. I'm not sure if you've seen it, but I am basically doing that while before the second season comes, which is a very late episode, very late review that I've been meaning to do. So yeah. Anyway, so you've got let's see, disguised Mira and Kovo walking through the streets, and let's see, we're looking at a late hologram of his father, Ciro. Let's see, you get let's see, Nuichi, I might be pronouncing the name wrong, speaking with the character Sawan in the bar about whether or not Andor's been here, thinking that he could use that to try and get a hefty reward. Anyway, you've got, let's see, Mon Mothma, you cut to Mon Mothma and Corzin arguing with her husband, Perrin Farah, in order to accuse him of doing gambling because their cab driver is an Imperial spy. This is order to try and get the Empire off her financial trackings and blame it all on her husband, so he'd be like possibly the fall guy, and we've got Blaze Hopper gone, unfortunately, but oh well. Let's see. We even bring up the infamous Canto Bite, if you will, on the whole Ritzy debacle. But yeah, basically, Chitzy, in a sense, she's sacrificing her husband, Ritzy, just so that she can keep her rebellion active, Ritzy financial backings quieter. Anyway, you've got like Val meeting up with her lover, Kaz, who there seems to be a bit of a strained bits of relationship as Kaz's trying to focus on the work. And they're talking about how everyone is ready to trap Andor and all that stuff, and that they need to make sure they get to him first. Let's see, before the Empire captures him. Meanwhile, you have Andor here on Ferrix as he's looking for the streets, thinking back on his father's words that a man who sees everything as more blessed than cursed, looking about before having a little bit of flashback of his father teaching him to wash machines and all that stuff. And then he runs into his old friend, the Pegler, the guy with the guard dogs, who's revealed that the shop he's working at is being sold, and also informing him that Bix Kagelin has been captured. Well, I might be mispronouncing some of these names, but yeah. Let's see. While let's see, you see her in a cell. Andor is listening in on to the character Karis Nemec's manifesto. You know, that patriotic rebel that believed in a cause, if you will, a lot more than Andor did, who gave him his manifesto at the end before he died. Let's see, listening to about how the small acts of rebellion rise on the occasions, and how the Empire's need for control is unnatural, since eventually, let's see, it's leading to a sense of fear, and these small skirmishes battles will one day lead to like a sort of great rebellion. It just has that one rating moment, if you will. Well, you've got like meanwhile, you've got, I think, Miro, the supervisor, having Imperial forces relax a bit and not having snipers about because she wants to capture Andor alive, making sure that the funeral goes place smoothly, and then she'll spring her trap and capture Andor, and be informed about some of the things that have been compromised and agreed upon with the daughters of Ferrix, as they're the ones organizing the funeral, since they're basically since Andor's mother was basically a key member of the daughters of Ferrix. I think even their leader at one point, but yeah. Let's see, so you've got that. Elsewhere, you've got in the IBS, you see where you have Belvin talking to, I think, Mon Mothma's driver about the whole gambling things, thinking that they can exploit Feather's gambling plans as leverage against Mon Mothma. Not really understanding that, seemingly falling for Mon Mothma's trap, I believe, but they're informed by one of their colleagues called Lagret, that they have done successfully the operation of killing Anto Krager's men. It was a massacre. Major Leo Pragatz, the guy in charge of the IBS, is announcing this as a victory, but for the conlink, Mero, the supervisor that's been pursuing Andor, thinks that this was foolish, as they needed to at least capture someone alive for intel, but he dismisses it and saying that after the whole heist from the second story arc of Andor, they needed a prisoner for intelligence. They needed to get a victory to please the Emperor. Which, to be fair, she is in a sense right, because let's see, they don't realize just how hollow victory this elimination of the Russ Rebellion group is, since one of Axis's spy is within the IBS, even though he says that Mero, let's see, if she wants to change things, make sure you catch Axis. So yeah. But we get let's see, Axis, or Ral, if you will, exiting his shout on his speeder bike. Let's see, heading to where Andor is. I think he ends up meeting up with let's see, eventually meets up with Val, and they talk about the current situation. Eventually telling them to not, let's see, look at Andor's house, and that they need to let's see, assassinate him at the hotel and have the Empire find Andor for them, if you will. I might be getting a bit ahead of myself, but I just remember that part there. Anyway, Andor, let's see, with help from Pelgo, let's see, meets Brasso on Underground, where they have a nice, let's see, hug, and let's see, apologies for the mother, as Bravo passes a message from Marva saying that Andor's not at fault, and describes him as the first spark in the fire, and also describes Andor as an unstoppable force of good, and that she loves him, that no matter what his no matter what he has done, to be honest. So regardless of whatever faults, let's see, he is still a person. He is still the son that she is proud of, if you will. Let's see. Anyway, as you have Palka keeping watch for Andor, tells that the street is clear, while Brasso tells Andor where Kaelin's being held. Andor has decided to go rescue her, even though Brasso says that he'll take care of it. But Andor insists, while let's see, well, actually, my mistake. Brasso said that he'll take care of the funeral, while let's see, Andor goes Cassian Andor goes to rescue let's see, Bix, if you will. Anyway, meanwhile, Sir Khan and Lunas Mosk are traveling from a holobus to let's see, to Ferrex, where they're hoping to try and capture Andor themselves, swapping hats, if you will, for disguises, which I don't know why that bit is there, but all right. Anyway, you have Andor eventually coming through the streets, and let's see, where you have Sarah, who also meets, let's see, Ral. Let's see, that little discussion I have about, let's see, about trying to wait until the time to have and let's see, to let the Empire capture Andor first, and then they take him out, even if it's in the hotel, if you will. So anyway, you start getting anyway, while this is all going on, the funeral is now starting to take place. Music is, the crowd, let's see, the sisters and some of the other people of Ferrex are marching. The Empire's getting ready to prepare, let's see, for let's see, the arrival. I think Andor sees Ral in through the crowd as he's scouting about. Well, Imperials are getting prepared for whatever's going on. And you've got Nietzsche meeting with Corvo, one of the Imperials. It's a spy, I think, Val's lover. Hold on, what was her name? Val with Sinfa Cass. So yeah. But anyway, you've got all this going on. Well, let's see. Well, have you got Corv, let's see, taking Nietzsche in the pretext of being arrested, but actually getting information, which eventually gets to I think let's see, what was her name? Brasso, no. Big Scarlet, no. Dead or Miro. So get some Imperials to check that out, which I think leads to nowhere. And you get everyone, let's see, in the funeral starting to sing Stone in the Sky as everything is going on. Let's see, Cassian Andor eventually runs into a cook that knows, telling him where to find Bix, while meanwhile everyone's gathered for the funeral. Let's see, Ral, or Axis, let's see, the Imperials, the citizens of Ferrex, and Khan and his buddy, they're all listening onto mother of Andor's speech, talking about how she was a kid and kid that experienced kid and seeing the stones as everyone's singing a stone and sky as well before beginning. So a hologram played by her droid. Talks about her life on Ferrix, how everyone in Ferrix has carried on regardless of their work, but then talks about a growing darkness that eventually was a bit of a disease that eventually caught their grip on the entire galaxy while they were sleeping. And it's as everyone starts to realize that she's referring to the Empire, talking about how if she could do it all again, she'd fight the Empire, encourages everyone to fight the Empire, even though if it might not stand a chance now, which the speech has quite effect on quite a few people, particularly I think Ral and Khan's buddy Nilis Mosk. Let's see, one of the Imperials tries to cover the message and then kick the droid. This causes a riot, clashing everywhere. Everyone is fighting. Guards trying their best to keep the thing go down. Stormtroopers blasting. And you've got characters like William Pack throwing a bomb, which causes a massive explosion, killing a few Stormtroopers. I think among the crossfire is Nurichi, and which ends up causing more explosions, more chaos as the Empire starts pushing back more aggressively. Let's see, I believe the character Zanwan is caught in the crossfire trying to grab onto a Stormtrooper and shot in the back. Let's see, Dedo Marrero almost gets killed by rioters but gets saved by Cyril Khan. Andor, meanwhile, sort of rescues Bix, eventually taking Bix to where what is his name? Oh yeah, Brasso is, who helped William Pack after the Empire identified him as the one who threw the bomb and all the court and the riots and all that stuff, as well as I believe the Sisters of Ferrix leader. Is also there. Well, I believe the character of was it? Nope. What's his name? Oh yeah, Palgo was helping them take off, and it gets the mix of them. Parts ways on good terms with everyone, and saying that he will come find them, including his droid, B2 EMO, that who is a bit upset he's not come along, but it says to them, I'm counting on you to try and keep everyone safe until he returns, telling him he's a reliable droid. Well, this sort of writing goes on. Eventually, Luthor Ral, I believe, he ends up retreating back to his ship, as I think you've got, I believe you also have Senator Kaz killing one of the Imperial agents or spies that got Nurex to inform of the of where Andor is, stabbing him, who he recognizes her from before. Val and her getting their things. She notices bleeding, but Senator Katz says it's just someone that she killed. You've got Linus Mosk drinking after the whole event, seemingly perhaps become deluded with the Empire, if you will. Mon Mothma introducing her daughter to, Leader Mothma to Seth Khan Skoldrum, the son of the businessman that she's making shady deals with for finance in order to try and, get his favor and financial backing. But the episode ends with Andor encountering Luthen Ron on his ship. Talking about how you came here to kill him, which he admits that was hard to do, with Andor finally saying that he's ready to join the cause now, if you will. Use him or kill him, we'll get over the way. Make the choice now. He's no longer going to run away. Firmly committed to the cause, and it seems Luther Ral sees this, and also thinking probably of Andor's mother's speech, decides that, okay, fine, you're in. And that ends the episode with a post-credit scene of the Death Star being reconstructed, ending the episode. So, yeah. Anyway, my overall thoughts on the episode. This was overall a very great episode. nearly just about closing every sort of, let's see, plot line and storyline you had in the episode. You got like also maybe setting a few things up, let's see, that will be for future seasons, particularly with Mothma. Let's see, arguably sacrificing both her husband and her daughter. Let's see, probably to like their respective, like one to the possibly being informed by the Empire, and the daughter to like the son of this businessman on her home planet that she into a possibly arranged marriage that she is firmly against, but her daughter is more in for the traditions. Sort of like a sort of generational political divide between those that prefer traditions of culture and those that were more against, if you will. Think of your sort of standard family of, I guess, liberals and conservatives, with one generation being, I guess, liberal and one generation being conservative, if you will. So let's see, one wanting to follow the traditions, mostly one defying the parent and the daughter, complicated parent relationships. But Mom Mothma is more than, eager to, like, accuse her husband of gambling just to throw off the Empire's case because she's not spying on him. And wherever the fate of Mom Mothma's husband is, we know she doesn't really like her husband that much, but is willing to at least sacrifice him and have the Imperials target him, who think they can use her husband against him. But frankly, I don't think Mom Mothma really cares much. But arguably, there is some love for the daughter, but unfortunately, the daughter doesn't really love her back, if you will. Let's see, Krieger, the Imperial separatist the rebel separatist that got stalked in the background of like that spy within the IBS of Axis, is end up being slaughtered. You get that meeting thing. Arguably, the IBS sees as a victory, except for, so let me just get the name up just so I compare. Deirdre Romero, who thinks that this is a foolish thing. We needed some intel. And whether or not, the IBS thing, the IBS leader dismisses, because they said they needed like a victory after the whole heist thing, which arguably, when you've got like Emperor Palpatine angry, I can see why they need to do that. But long term, it would be more of a fatal flaw because they do not realize they have a spy in the mix, as well as they have no idea of whatever intel they might have had. So, long term, this will benefit the rebellion more, even though they've lost like 50 potential rebel fighters, if you will. So, we'll see how this plays down the cost down the line, but we'll have to wait and see in that regards. What else is there? I do like how you've just got, speaking of the character, Darrow Miro, I do like the sort of arrogance that you've seen for her throughout the episode, with her confidence that she's going to capture Andor alive. They're going to be trapped. They're going to trap him. Loosening the guards, not getting snipers about. Arguably, all the security stuff that probably would have made the rioting much less unlikely to happen. But it all comes down to her face because she underestimates the speech that Andor's mother gives out, causing the riots in which she nearly gets killed in them, if not for, Cyril Khan coming in to save her in the end, which I do wonder who she dismissed out before, but now that he's saved her, and all that stuff, I do wonder she's now going to be indebted to him. I do wonder, is this going to start a potential romance between the two, which it would be a bit weird because she was found him a bit creepy, I think, in their last encounter, who was a bit obsessed with trying to find Andor, but who knows? Given the fact that he did save her life, she might try to return the favor. Granted, I have no idea what her stats within the IBS is going to be, because she's going to be blamed for this, right? This whole operation was her move, and it turned into a complete chaos. But I do know that she's going to be. We do know she's going to be in season 2. We just have to wait and see what story arcs she is going to be in when those episodes come out, because we do know that there's going to be, the next season is the final season with 12 episodes, and each one's covering 1 year before the events of Rogue One. So we have to wait and see how that plays out for this character. But at the very least, I believe Khan will get a role within the Empire at least some point, at least I believe, and probably have at least finally get that rematch against Cassian Andor that he's been wanting to have. But I believe for his friend Linus Mosk, who is right by his side, informing about Andor and all that stuff. I think from what he's seen from the speech, he is completely deluded. I don't think he no longer believes in the Empire's cause. I think he's just basically just getting drunk with of all the chaos that's going on and thinking what have I got myself into? Who knows? Could he possibly join the rebellion? I'm not entirely sure, but it would probably be quite an interesting character development for this character. Let's see, what else is there? I do like how you've got a bit of this, I guess, let's see, romance, let's see, struggle, let's see, Val and Cat interactions where Val seemingly wants to show a bit more concern for Val, but she's really prioritizing the mission, even killing an Imperial to prevent her from being traced back. But I think Val is just showing some concern, but it's I know these two I believe these two are in a relationship, but one's more business focused at the moment. Now, granted, she is of course focused on the mission there, but I think with all the things going on with her family, let's see, going on, and now this, I think it's being a bit. She's having a bit of I guess struggles, if you will. But I do like how the interactions with her and let's see, also with him and Axis or Ralph, if you let's see, Han. I keep saying the name wrong. Let's see, Luthen and Ral about what to do with Andor because they're trying to kill him. But anyway, I want to admit Andor is a bit, let's see, minor role, not as big a role in this episode as you would probably think, as it's the final episode. But I think he's done really effective. But I really like how you saw all of the sort of characters from Ferrex, if you will, interacting. You've got those that are trying to help, let's see, Andor, such as Brasso, Zarwan, and let's see, Pelga. Let's see, informing each other of when they've seen Andor, Andor knows about the funeral, helping Andor trying to get away, and then let's see, then sort of them leading particularly let's see, Brathos leading sort of the march, and then the riot, if you will, after Betsy Andor's mother's message was let's see, cut off and then BM2 kicked. He started whacking, let's see, the Imperials with I think Andor's mother's brick, if you will, which I think has her ashes in, which let's see, which might be regarded by some as disrespectful, but I think I don't think Andor's mother would mind too much, as he did encourage everyone to fight the Empire, and he does that sort of "come on" sort of encouragement charge as the rioters took place. So I thought that was pretty entertaining to let's see, and I do like how he's managed to rescue I believe William Pack from the Empire before they could shoot him down. So I thought that was good, and him leading the main, let's see, cast members of Ferrex away before Andor goes to join the sort of rebellion, if you will. Let's see, Bix, I believe, is basically Bix Kalen. Basically, throughout the episode, she's mostly just crawling in her corner, if you will, in her prison cell. Maybe it's doing that Stone and Sing song, but thinking about how Andor come to save her, or thinking about when she met her mother, Andor's mother. Seemingly, she's broken from all the torture. She is clearly broken. At the moment, she doesn't seem like she even wants to be here for a period of time. Go anywhere. Seemingly broken down, fear that the Empire is coming to her. But after getting some encouragement with Andor, she's able to escape. And it's to the end of the episode that she seemed to finally start to heal a bit, and she no longer feels a bit terrified, but thinks that Andor will come back for them one day as he's departing, to go join the rebellion, if you will. So there is that. What else is there? Oh, yes. Let's see, the character, I believe his name is, what is it? I also had like the one one character Nurichi, who I think and or Marty to Thrawn kill, thinking Deidre can torture me. I'm assuming you're referring to the IBS supervisor, which okay, not really the comment I wanted to see on my see on I guess not the comment I was expecting on this channel on this review, but I assume that you just find the IBS supervisor to be rather attractive, I suppose. You and Khan perhaps have the same attraction, but all right, let's see. I probably wouldn't really want to, given the fact that those from the way those those dead screaming aliens broke Bix. I probably wouldn't want to have that torture. But yeah, anyway, was I at? Oh yes, the character Nochi, who Andor owed money to. There's like you've got like him just selling out Andor, like trying to get a bit of buck from the Empire. I do like how he gets like this Imperial to make it look like he's being arrested to give info, which unfortunately Andor is like 2 steps ahead really of Ritzy leaving before that can happen. But he gets sort of like the ultimate sort of just desserts of like being killed in the crossfire of Willem Pack's explosion, if you will, when the glass shatters. Let's see, killing off him and a few of the Imperial officers. I think you even see Andor seeing his corpse for a brief bit, but yeah. Anyway, speak of let's see, Wellmon Pax. You can clearly tell that he is really angered over the death of his father, and you can see with the hologram and also him building this bomb. It's basically a Chekhov's gun that was ready to be fired at some point. You know this bomb was going to go off. You just had to wait and see when it was. And arguably, it came off in like the really perfect moments of like rioters are let's see, the rioters starting, people are throwing stones and everything. The Empire's starting to get a bit of the advantage, and he's like, all right, this is the perfect chance. He throws the bomb, and it causes quite the chain reaction, killing a few people, like I mentioned, and then let's see, also causing a chain reaction to some of the detonations and bombs that the Empire brought, killing their own forces, if you will. So yeah. Anyway, but yeah, there was all kinds of deaths. I do like how the stormtroopers have very accurate shots in this, killing a bunch of rioters, because normally we get like the stormtrooper effect jokes where everyone thinks the stormtroopers are useless, they only just get killed, but the stormtroopers were able to like basically do kill quite a lot of the rioters, and they had many of them falling back as a result. Arguably, this made a lot of sense because, well, let's see, many writers might be motivated, but the Empire has more of the best weaponry, at least at the time being. But I did like that awesome moment when you got that dude with like channeling like the sounds of like the bell, if you will, where one of the Imperials tries to get a stormtrooper to silence him, but he just knocks him off the edge. I do like how you even got some casualties with like some characters you do know, like so one who tries to grab a stormtrooper in the back, but only to get shot in the back, showing that, let's see, Poo shows that with the chaos of a riot, no one is really safe, if you will. So there is that. But anyway, there's 2 like speeches, if you will, that have sort of happened during this let's see during this episode. The first, I believe, is of course, Neris Mark talking about his manifesto about how the Imperial's need for control is desperate because it's unnatural. Tyranny requires constant effort. It breaks, it leaks, authority is brittle. Oppression is the mask of fear. Remember that and know that this day will come when all these skirmishes, battles, these moments of defiance will have flooded the banks of the Empire's authority, and then will be one too many. Saying a single thing will break the siege. Remember this. Try. Basically, you have like Andor listening in, and arguably the speech seems to have motivated him, if you will, Andor to eventually sort of join the rebellion. And also, in many ways, it's sort of a little bit of a foreshadowing about what's going on, of given the fact that I'm not going to let's see title the whole things, but basically talking about how let's see, all these small rebellions, these skirmishes, eventually rise up to this one big siege that will break down the Empire's fear of control. Let's see. We've got Thrawn Killer asking a question. Says, "We end up meeting Andor's adult sister in season 2." I do not know, but I think I heard something like that might be a red herring, or it might actually end up happening. It might be something that happens down the line, but let's see. It could be possible what Andor's mother about her sister being dead is true, but for we know, it could be a thing that Andor does ends up meeting the sister, but who knows? It could be a plot line in one of the episodes, but I'd say it's 50-50. But yeah. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes. Let's see. I like how we've got like Karis Nemec's speech that helps inspire Andor, and then of course you get like Andor's mother's speech about how her life on Ferrix, how everyone just carried on and go. Whenever people went to Ferrix, they had each other. But then, of course, the Empire was this disease that kept coming, and it stayed. And they slept over it. They ignored it until it was too late. But then encourages everyone that to fight against the Empire, even if it's too late now. He rather die fighting. She rather die fighting against them than having Ferrix under their control, and this causes the riot. So I really love these speech of rebellions, and I do love how this seems to have a quite effect on a few characters as well, particularly Ral, and I think Khan's buddy that's now probably no longer going to be his buddy, if you will. So there's that. Let's see. I've only gone a bit about the riots. I do like how it feels like an actual riot going on with people trying to break through the shields. Some succeed a bit, only to get beaten up, and some killed, some tasered, some shot at, smoke everywhere. All good stuff. But yeah. Anyway, now for the two last bits I want to talk about in the episode. Actually, three. The one. Let's see. I've been leaving two characters for a bit, where we've got first off Luthen Rawl, who's here to try and kill Andor. He's still determined. Let's see, especially when he's talking with Val. You know what? Just willing to let the Empire do all the dirty work of capturing first, and then killing him in the hotel. Just as long as he's dead before he can spread any intel. Doesn't really care if he's grieving for his mother. He wants him dead so that none of the intel he has could be leaked to the Empire. Let's see, even though Andor, I do like how Andor is able to spot him though before this happens, and he realizes what he's here to do. But I do like how Luthen Rawl listens into Andor's mother's speech. In many ways, this is the speech that he's probably been waiting for, and he's feeling people ready to come up and fight against the Empire. But I think he also ends up reflecting on the cost that it has as he sees the destruction that takes place after the riots. And when he finally meets Andor again, it's all right, if he's willing to join, he's willing to take him in. It's he's probably going to just kill him, but now he sees that Andor is now committed. It's all right, I'll take you under my wing, if you will, which gets to Andor, which I will admit, for quite a bit of the episode, I will admit, Maps, maybe you could say it's the only flaws that Andor isn't in the majority. If it doesn't feel like he's in the majority of the episode, but then again, it's everyone just but this is because every character is just trying to find Andor. Let's see, if you will. Let's see, the Ferrix community talking about Andor's coming here. Let's see, his mother's known. The Empire wants to capture him to try and get the information access. Let's see, Axis and Val trying to find him before he can give any intel to the Empire. All that kind of stuff. But in the meantime, he's just here to come see his mother. Let's see, at least try and be there for the funeral. Then, of course, gets informed that Bix has been captured and decides that, okay, I'm going to rescue her while the funeral's going on, prioritizing that, which probably is the right thing to do. But I love how he reminisces about his father, some advice he gave about fixing machines about those who see clearly, listening into the manifesto of Karis Nemec, and slowly becoming more and more to the cause, learning the message from his mother that she doesn't blame him for everything that took place. That he started the fire of this. He's a good person deep down, and that she loves him regardless. And also, finally, also probably that's listening to his mother's speech while I'm looking for bricks. He is able to now be fully committed to like the the rebellion's cause, which we see in the events of Rogue One. So we finally get to see Cassian Andor start to be the sort of rebel that we saw him in the beginning of like Rogue One, and he just willingly comes to like Luthen Rael, offering his services, even if he just wants to kill him in the end, even after everything goes on. I really like the sort of like the character arc that Andor started as someone I didn't want to get involved with all this rebellion thing. Only did it for like money and payment, and willing to sacrifice it. Willing to like sacrifice a few people. You saw him slowly get more to the cause with each episode until now he's fully committed to like that character. So yeah, I'm quite satisfied with that. I do even like seeing a little bit of that Death Star cameo at the end when you see like the stuff that the prisoners and the prisoners in like this third story arc, if you will, were building on was actually all that material was actually used to make the super weapon, which I suppose makes sense because it's like why keep prisoners at sea to help build with military weapons and stuff like that, I guess. So yeah, makes a bit of so I'm not sure of the logics of like the Death Star construction. I've not read everything about it, but nevertheless it is nice to see the Death Star because it's like it's slowly coming into that plot line in which we will probably see it in the last story arc of Andor Season 2, and at the very least, of course, leading to events of Rogue One, which of course leads to events of A New Hope. So yeah, all these sort of like plot threads slowly connecting together to lead to events of like the 2 Star Wars movies that Andor is a prequel to, if you will. So yeah. Overall, if I had to give this episode a rating, I'd probably say probably a 10 out of 10. I guess maybe a 9.5 if you want to be a bit nitpicky about Andor not being too much in the episode, but everything I think worked well. The stuff with Mon Mothma, the stuff with the IBS, everyone on Ferrex and like the speech, the manifesto speech and Andor's mother's speech. The chaos of the riots. Certain characters meeting their end, some characters completing their character arcs, if you will, and some character arcs being set up for like season 2, whatever story arc they have for those characters down the line. So yeah, Andor finally ready to join the rebellion, if you will, and also prepare Death Star slowly being constructed. So yeah, overall, it is a very good episode. I enjoyed it. I'm really looking forward to seeing Star Wars Andor Season 2. Hopefully, this will reinvigorate a lot of people's passion for Star Wars, as last year was unfortunately a bit of a mixed bag, as depending on how you feel about The Bad Batch, you either love it or hate it. The Star Wars Acolyte, unfortunately, for many people, did not like the show. It got cancelled in the end, and for many people, it feels like, Star Wars is dead to me, if you will, though I don't know how much of this is online chatter and just people are just really have a sort of thing against anything Disney Star Wars. But Skeleton Crew slowly was like, for many people, like, I guess some people like, okay, this was a decent show at the very least. So I still need to review the last episode for that. But yeah, overall, very good show. Overall good episode. Looking forward to season 2. Thanks, Blaze Hopper, for like your brief comment, even though you just said hi. And Fron Kill, who only just ended up having 2 questions for me. I hope you, and for those who ended up listening, I hope you enjoyed what I had to say. And anyway, I'm looking forward to seeing you again when I review the second season of Andor. But for now, I am Blue Star Saber, signing off. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye, and may the Force be with you.